Hello ANML community. Today we are going to see another quiz on reinforcement learning. Go to gopi.chandrakesan.com, menu quizzes and machine learning quizzes, and then you can select reinforcement learning quiz. So when you select the reinforcement learning quiz, and you can see that you can attend different type of quizzes. In this quiz you can have true or false, multiple choice question, drag the words. Sometimes you can see choose the best answer as well. So we will go and attend the quiz. The agent has to explore and obtain a reward for what it knows already, but it has to exploit it to make better action selections in the future. Actually, this is it's other way around. The reinforcement, the agent has to exploit so that it can obtain the reward for what it knows already. Otherwise, what happen? You cannot explore. You need to exploit that, and to obtain a reward for what it knows already. But it has to explore it to make a better selection in the future. Actually, it's other way around. Actually, so it's a wrong. So it's not explore. It's exploit. So false. See, yeah, correct. The agent has to exploit and obtain a reward for what it knows already, but it has to explore it to make a better selection in the future. Reinforcement learning is a computational approach to understand and automate the goal directed learning and decision making. Because reinforcement learning is very popular nowadays. If you see Google DeepMind or Autonomous Any Code, anything if you see that actually dominate on this. It's a computational approach to understand and automate the goal oriented directed learning and decision making. True. Yeah. Drag the words into the correct boxes. The blank learning is more focused on blank learning from interaction. The reinforcement learning, already we saw in the previous quiz, reinforcement learning is more focused on goal oriented learning from interaction. So when you interact like a vacuum cleaner, you see that iRobot. So when you interact on the different situation, it's actually the goal is to clean. That's what it's the reinforcement. You are reinforced to learn itself and give the reward to make it better. And yeah, that's right. The training data does not explicitly contain the correct output for each output. The system has to decide the correct output based on the positive rewards and negative rewards received for each input. Yes, that's correct. This is not like, unlike supervised or unsupervised learning, reinforcement learning is actually, it doesn't have any correct input. For example, in my previous video also I said the reinforcement learning, it's like a human. You have to go and get and know the details. For example, if you are going to a France or Germany or any other country, you don't know any language, but you actually, if you are staying for 3 months, slowly you pick up their words and then you can learn on yourself based on different. For example, if you say something good morning in English, but in a German it's a different, right? So but they won't respond, but that is a reward. If you say right, they will say also good morning in their language. So that's right, that this is true. So select reinforcement learnings algorithm. What are the things is actually different types of reinforcement learning algorithm. The least squares policy iteration, LSPI. Support vector machine is actually belongs to supervised learning. It's actually the word itself, it says support. Double DQN, and then Q learning and deep Q learning. So that's double deep Q learning and deep Q learning. Yeah, that's right. So few elements of reinforcement learning. It's these are the elements actually you need to check when we are building the, if you see any algorithms. One is a policy that defines what you're going to do, and then the environment, it's around what is it. You need to get the reward, whether it's a positive or negative reward, whatever the response you get. And then we have value function, which is it says, and then the agent. So let's check. Yeah, that's right. So we have 5 elements which for reinforcement learning. The policy defines each step, and the environment sends a single positive or negative number to the reinforcement learning as a agent as a reward. Actually, it is not a policy, so it's a false. So yeah, it's not a policy, it is a reward, because we said because a reward only gives positive or negative numbers. So if it is a positive, it will give as a +1. If it is a negative, it will give the -1. Right. Unlike other machine learning, the reinforcement learning has to face off two trade-offs. What are they? The trade-off is, actually we already saw in a previous one. There are two things we need to do. One is exploitation. Okay, so when you bring the thing, when you're solving the problem. The second one is you need to explore to get the data. So there is no environment or entertainment, so check. Yeah, that's right. And then the value function checks and specify what is the outcome in the long run, because when what is the value, right? So when the value function checks what is the value of this algorithm, what we are going to achieve with that, so in the long run. However, reward feedback to checks what is the immediate outcome. So when you do something, it's a short outcome, right? So you can see like this, the reward is like a short-term benefit, and then the value function is a long-term benefit. So that is what it's, so it's actually correct, true. Yeah. And then the last one, drag the words into the correct boxes. The blank observes blank and receives positive/negative blank based on blank. So in this is in reinforcement learning, the agent is actually a function or a program, whatever. It observes the environments and receives a positive or negative rewards based on the actions, right? So that's a reinforcement learning thing. Okay. Yeah, that's right. So we have completed. When we click the finish button, you can see, yeah, we got a 22 out of 22. And then if you make any mistakes, if you selected incorrectly, and then you can select the retry button and retry the question, because it contains 10 to 15. It always load 10 quizzes all the time, so it will be randomly selected. There's no control over in the back end. The next one is a sole solution. If you want to know what are the solution you selected, to review what are the things you made it correct or incorrect, you can check with that. Let's check one by one. Everything looks good, and then we can check. Yeah, looks good. Thank you for watching the video. If you like my video, please subscribe to my YouTube channel so that I can post more videos on the quizzes. If you have any comments on this quiz, please leave a comment. If you have anything to correct the answers or something it's wrong, please comment on the comments as well, or you come to the website and then you can put your comments as well. Thank you.